So, hi. As usual, I don't have a lot to say. Um, I just feel sometimes I've been last days I've been really tired. Maybe it's because um, I'm a little bit absorbed by certain things that goes on. I mean, I'm calm, but I'm so super tired all the time. Hi, someone that is in. I don't see whom, but yeah. If you see the chat, you can ask a question if you wish, or so. Otherwise, I will come to the cards. Maybe I should just immediately come to the cards because yeah, I've been extremely tired. Still feeling really, really good. Just tired in a way that I'm not used to. Like want to fall asleep half half of the day. Then at this time, it's kind of um, evening now here. Um, I get then I don't want to go to bed as much. But yeah, anyways, never mind all that. But yeah, I'm still tired. I could sleep. It feels like I could sleep anytime and almost all the time. I think there is some sort of overload of trying to think, maybe, or I don't know. Also, I change a lot of things. I try to these small things. Now I just chat about myself for a little while, or ramble, or what's the word? I really try to organize my life. No, not really, but my environment, my apartment. And it's a struggle. I've gotten far though from where I was. But I think it's because I have a hard time letting go of things and I need to do that. But it's getting better and better, which is a good thing. So, yeah. Every day, actually, I do something that goes in quite the right direction where I want to go. So, anyways, there is a lot to be done. And also, I mean, they say that it's a reflection of yourself, like, or your inner. Maybe so. And I love this apartment, so that's a good thing then. But yeah, I just need to change a few things. I need to let go of things. That's what I need to do because I love almost everything I have, but I also do I really need it or even use certain things, Anyways, I will just pick a card now so I don't get trapped in my own mind because that's not always leading somewhere great. So I'll just pick a card and see if that gives some. I will just ramble around this card, I think, or maybe intuitively. I have so many thoughts, Yeah, actually do. And it's a wonderful world. I mean, it's a really wonderful world to be in. And I'm so fascinated by so many things. I mean, yeah, and I'm so curious about a lot of things and I discover a lot of things. I mean, I really love life. Yeah. And I love exactly where I am right now in it, as well as discovering certain things, as well as organizing and everything. I mean, it really takes a toll on your whole inner self, The changes, you need to kind of integrate them or new thoughts or so on. And there are certain things also, oftentimes in the outside world, that frustrates me. Also, some things with myself, but that I guess I need to come to terms with as well. I think that when everyone, this for example, if everyone agrees on exactly everything, isn't that a warning sign itself? I mean, that makes me curious to check behind or whatever, what else could be there, because it seems, yeah, just too prepared, like too laid out. It seems too. Now I have this little. I usually have a candle lit here, and now I have this electrical. I can take candles that they when they move in the wind or move. Just I don't get disturbed by that. But if I have those little blinking, whatever it is that just make a tiny blinking thing, disturbs my mind. So I have this electrical little candle here that I had to move it. Yeah, never mind. So, anyways, I have a lot of questions. Now I have to actually turn it off. I could move it for however far away. It would still blink my eyes. Even behind me, I kind of see it. Yeah. So, there are so many interesting things. And to be able to also stay in the now and stay in the not knowing while discovering a lot of things as well, that's a good place to be. I mean, this is an adventure. It's wonderful, and I really love to be in touch with others whom I don't exactly agree with. I like to understand those, and right now there is a lot of those. Those, yeah. I mean, I love when there can be a friendly connection and sort of a wish to at least hear each other's perspectives or viewpoints. So often, I think more so now than before, there's just like a shut door. And how everything reflects, in the world. Yeah. Maybe I speak in riddles. Maybe it sounds like that to someone. I don't know. I don't try to actually. But there is a lot of things. And I feel like this also, like as if I'm full of information when it comes to being very open and receptive in many ways, and also the things that interest me so much. I read I mean, there is, and all these various both scrying but also divination methods like I Ching, and so you can study them for a lifetime, all the time, and never be. I mean, there would always continuously be new things to learn and understand in it. So there is no end. There are huge areas of knowledge there, as well as healing. It kind of is part of everything that I do. But there are so many other things that I do also that kind of goes a little bit hand in hand with each other. But that is enough, sort of. And then I have like interested stuck or curiosity, let's say, in other areas, like more worldly things and more in a totally different plane of thinking. But all of these are also you know, they the shamanic practices in Ayurveda and so on, they are about the wholeness. So actually you tap into and connect to other areas than the typical called spiritual, but or soul level. But still, I wonder if I take on a little bit too much sometimes, because this is something I have to kind of do, because being a shaman is like, that's something I am and something I also want to be. I think you cannot be it if you don't want to, and if you are, that's a purpose to it, I guess. And to be all drawn into these other things, that I wonder if it gets too much for my system to comprehend. But also it's exhilarating. It's like lift me up, because I love to understand things. I love to understand more. about almost anything actually. No, not anything, not like very meaningless things sometimes, but things that matter, yeah, at the core, that are really, really important. That's what I go for most of the time. I could skip those surface level things, although they can be fun for a bit, yeah, as well, just for like a relaxation. I've learned to spend time with those who, I never come to the cards, those who actually, or I'm learning, I should say, to enjoy spending time with those who are more on the surface level, because we all are like on all levels, whether we express it uh, in a clear way or not. So I mean, you are still in touch with other levels of a person, even if they don't actually show that a lot. So both that, but also it can be kind of relaxing sometimes, actually. Before I was frustrated and easily bored by that, but I found a little bit of a calmness when it comes to also enjoying it to some little degree, actually. Yeah. Previously, I always thought of that as something false. And yeah, it's surface level in a way, but also I thought it was like, yeah, mainly false, yeah. And that was so disturbing and irritating to me. I couldn't like talk to people who, I have some close ones, I won't go into whom exactly, but there are those also very close that have those ways of being, and probably it's kind of smart, I guess, to behave like that. I mean, you don't get in conflict and whatever. I always get in conflict. So I mean, it could be smart, but there, to a degree, I can cope with that, but not when it goes too far. For example, if you spend time with someone who constantly, I mean, people buy this very easily. People are easily fooled, and I'm sure I am too. But the things I see still. Um, when they repeat exactly what you say or what you said like 3 sentences ago, people actually buy into that and feel connected. And that's a method. People do like stuff like that. I mean, some people do it methodically, and I like a manipulation tactic. And I've seen through many things many things like that that people do. And when I discover that, then it irritates me. I can't. It can't be like too obvious to me. Then I have to confront it. Yeah, I can't play along with some totally fakeness. I can't do it. Then I get bothered. But when it comes to being kind of, politely nice and just talk about things that won't upset anyone like that, okay, I can actually enjoy that a bit sometimes. But more so, I enjoy depth and soulful closeness. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I always want, because I feel that's where you grow. I feel that's where that's where you really connect. I understand not all the, but most the reasons why people don't. I think it can be a really good thing to protect your vulnerability, but at the same time, the value or the treasure from connecting on that level isn't that worth it, anyways. Who can take anything, actually? I mean, people can't like take your soul. So what's there to lose, honestly? But many also are probably afraid of themselves. That's why it's hard to be very close, also because you have to see yourself, not the least. So of course there are many things, but still, that's what I want. I cringe pretty easily by those surface stuff. I have a hard time with those. But I've learned. Oh, someone is here now. Now I will pick a card. If you see the chat and have some questions, then otherwise you can think a silent question, and I will pull a card now. I will just otherwise ramble away here. Oh, you went away again. I think I have a few hackers, probably quite some, and I've gotten so used to them. I mean, there was a time in my life, let's say, where there were always people around me, and actually I missed them suddenly when they weren't, because I wasn't used to it. But also now, when they weren't as obviously anyway. But also now, I would it feels like comfortable to me with all those hackers, because I feel, I don't know, I'm so used to them. It would feel really, really strange not to have them around. So, yeah. And they warn for that pretty much now, but I don't know. I'm not so technical, so I understand whatever to do about stuff. Let's see now. We got actually 9 of Wands now, and it talks about strength. I don't think I have that. I'm trying to look for this is the tarot, if I have the book close by, but I don't think I do. No. Or I have a lot of other stuff here, but I will just look at it then. Yeah, wow, here it's very interesting. So this is, I guess this is conflict, actually, kind of a clash, but it's very prepared, and it's an ending. The 9 is always the last, digit. Is that the word? Number before a new 10. A new kind of circle comes in. And here on this rod, a central rod, there is the sun, and on the other end is the moon. And there is also, I wonder if this is Mars energy. Anyways, I think it's about polarity and the opposites kind of clashing in some way. And also, generally, this is also about someone that have been wounded before or are very protective of themselves. But also they have a lot of backup. They have many behind them that would step in and protect them or stand up for them if need be. So 9 of Wands. This is very beautiful. What else can I see in this card? Wands, it's also a lot. I think it's also about idealism, and it's very much about ideas, innovation, stuff like that. I don't know. This gives me the strangest feelings, this card now. Yeah. Well, anyways, something is. I think this is also the world is seen where something is bound to happen, and somehow this is very balanced as well. This card. It's like it's for the purpose of balancing things. Overall, in a greater sense. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about this card, actually. But I think it says that you should stand for your convictions, stand strong for what you truly believe, and know that you're not alone, or you know that actually already if this card applies to you. Yeah, there are those who will go however far to see to defend, sort of, I guess is the word. Yeah. Okay, I need to go take it with another card. I don't know what's more to say about that, really. I will just sit here and talk and hope that someone comes in and talk to me or not. Then I can go to bed because I'm very tired, as I said. I'm so tired, and I dream a lot of things, but yeah. Let's see now. Here we have the Knight of Swords, and this is someone with high speed. Oh gosh, yeah. This is going very, very quickly. This is someone galloping on a speed horse of sorts. The horse looks almost golden, and the one on it is have like a propel. Is that the word? Those helicopter things that they have on top, like that on their back here. And it's really, this is really rushing through the sky with his sword, like in two swords he hold in his hand. I see that now. I've never seen this before, and it is like, he's going for sort of an attack. Yeah, and there are birds flying on the sides here. Do I really want to book more cards? I will look. I mean, the person on this golden horse have green, and all this make me think about money. And like that, resources as such. And maybe this is somehow at the core, those kinds of things. Wow. I'll just try to pick another card to talk about. And this also could be someone that like cleanses the air, like very intelligent, very swift, and so that word, you hear that a lot now, right? Yeah. Connected to actually money and stuff, yeah. Something else I want to come. And then we have Two of Pentacles, and here it's called Change, which is almost the infinity sign, but here it's a snake biting its own tail, or reverse, or what's it called. And also there are yin and yang symbols. I think this talks about expansion, and it talks about somewhat stress, and also, I'm sorry, the yin and yang kind of shows that within something is the core of the other. So it's a little bit what I talked about before with the rods there, the rod with the sun on one end and the moon on the other. Like opposing forces may, at their core, or the seed or whatever, actually, well, they have each other within each other, let's say, and also at the maximum point it will like shift into the other. And that, I guess, this movement is always going on in the universe. It's like a natural law, you could say. And also this this snake biting its tail, I mean, that life eats life kind of thing. it constantly recreates itself, constantly. It's a constant change, yeah. And that's the natural order of it, like letting go, and since it's a snake, also letting go of the old skin, so shed skin and all that. Also, this one actually have a crown on its head, which is interesting as well. And here it's almost like, because crown of corona means that word, that one in one of those circles, let's say, of this H-shaped snake, there is like a white sun or something, and then the other, it's dark, almost like a black hole. So it's about polarity so much right now, and that it's almost maximized, yeah, and it cannot it have to change into its opposite. I think that's what it says here. There is no way it it can't stay. This is moving, and this is moving fast, and it's a little bit stressful, but the shift itself can feel really stressful, because things as we used to see them, or as they used to be, aren't that way anymore. We have to see things from another angle and so on. So, but here, at least in this card, we are able to deal with this stress still. So Jessica, or however you say hi, do you want to ask a question to the cards? Or to me? I'm just sitting quiet and waiting if you want to. Or shall I just continue to see if cards comes up? I'll just ramble. You can ask a question if you wish to. My question is, how can we persevere? I'm sorry, how can we persevere under great stress? I'm thinking of the looming war. Yeah, where are you right now, or where are you from? Can I ask you if you don't mind? I'll pick a card here for that. How can we persevere under great stress? I have my own thoughts on that, but I can't say for sure. So I will see what the cards say instead. Hungry. Oh. Wow. So the first one that I got now is the Queen of Wands here. I don't know if you have seen the image. This is the Thoth Tarot by Aleister Crowley. And so if you Google the Queen of Wands there, you will see. This is like almost, she looks similar actually to the, what is she called? And the goddess of freedom, or whatever. What is she called even there in America? Anyways, with the sun like shining from her head, but also she have a little. I think it's a leopard, or maybe some sort of panther, or jaguar or something, that she holds her hand on top of its head. So this very red and yellow colors, and she also holds a staff that also have this symbolic meaning of the of being fertility stuff, kind of. And anyway, she's like a very... Oh, I'm from Sweden. Yeah, it's pretty close. I understand that. Yeah, here it's quite close in a way as well. And also Finland is totally dependent for their for their uh, on Russia, and we don't have a lot of defense, so I don't know where this will go. But anyways, we will. And I laugh. I'm sorry, but yeah. Anyways, we will hope for the best. But what it says here, anyways, this is very very strong. A leader, a woman that is very very energetic, fiery. She, on this image, you kind of see her from sort of from beneath. This is someone who take on their own power. So I think to connect with your both your instinctual nature, actually, and your your fiery side. This is very much the the yellow and the red in this card, very connected to the base chakra, which is about survival, and also self confidence. Yeah, yeah. What else? I mean, sometimes you really have to cry, but yeah. And I have done both quite now. I mean, some things are so very sad and whatever, but yeah. So this, anyways, this kind of remind you that you are very, very strong, and you need to remind yourself of that. And also, maybe it's connected to the physical side. Being innovative. I mean, also be active. I think is the advice here. I mean, to just be in thoughts can create or aggravate. I mean, the anxiety or whatever fears. They can kind of grow. But if you actively do things, that's a way also to deal with things, and you feel that you are capable. You feel that you are strong. You know. So, but I will pick another card. But this is, I think, this is you kind of. I don't know even if you are a woman or a man or so, but this is a woman on the. This is Queen of Wands here. She's very strong, so I also think this may also symbolize having backup. That there is strength behind the scenes. Maybe. Let's see. The how can we persevere under great stress? I will pick another card for you as well. And I don't read these. I am a psychic and medium, but I don't read these in that sense really so much. I just try to interpret the card itself. So hopefully you understand what it says. But they don't want to say anything. Or maybe it was that card that was the one. I will shuffle them a bit more. I'm a woman. Yeah, I volunteered in the railway station after days of depression. And oh yeah, it helped. Yeah, great. So I see where the Queen of Wands makes sense. Yeah, and also that you have a great strength within, and also, I mean, you are a very powerful person actually, with a lot of like fiery energy also. And I mean, you probably need to tap into that, even anger, even those kinds of things that are kind of fiery. If you say, they can fuel your strength. Yeah. So I think when you react to something, or even those strong feelings can, instead of holding it in, just take it on as a powerful feeling, that is energy. The energy is strong. Yeah. So good that you see that, how that makes sense, because that seems like you. And also the wholeness, that there is a lot of more strength, and you are not alone, like kind of vibe in that card as well. We should see more. Up here, some cards more. And also, I don't know, here, I don't, how far away, I'm sorry about my geographical, I'm not so good at this, but how far away from where this goes on right now are you? I mean, is this like a couple of countries away? Or, I mean, yeah, maybe you're on the border to, you're not in the border to Russia, right? Or, I'm sorry that I don't know this. Hungary. I kind of know where it is. I live in the capital city. That's pretty far from the border, right? Okay. But otherwise, you are on the border to Russia, exactly, or? Yeah, wow. And also to maybe to where it's all going down now. Yeah, Ukraine. Okay, not to Russia, right? Okay. Wow. So I guess there is a lot of, yeah, refugees and so on, because although we will, all of us will probably be in touch with that now. We haven't. I haven't, at least, and also I live in the north of Sweden, so we haven't actually seen a lot of that yet, anyways. But we'll never be. Yeah. No. Yeah. Sorry for saying that. It's like scary. Right. Let's say. Let's see now. Oh yeah. And also, but I don't know. Yeah, I need to look at a map or something, because this whole. Um, but there are several countries, because actually I didn't even know that Ukraine was such a large landmass before now, and there are several countries connected there, because I think that this Belarus is like the closest, but that is the closest also to Russia. Anyways, I will come to the cards now. There are 5 cards here now. So, I will just try to focus on this question. How can you we can persevere under great stress? Okay. The first is happiness, and it's 9 of cups. And this, I guess, is also okay to be of help for others, and actively do something and so on. That is can actually, as you mentioned there, also release some just when it goes over by the anxiety and you feel just trapped without knowing what to do. But the first advice here is actually to give yourself, like, not spa treatment, but I mean, bring yourself, don't totally watch the news all the time, or but give yourself what you need personally in your little space by yourself, what you need to feel good, to make yourself feel like life still is actually wonderful. The things that make you feel like everything feels good, whatever that may be. mm, because if we don't prioritize also our own well-being, so that we actually can be calm and content and feel good, then we can also go into some sort of stress in that, concentrating there is so much need everywhere. I mean, there is always someone or something that needs us. Apparently now close by there is more so that goes on, but still it's very important to also prioritize yourself and your own needs emotionally, especially, to feel good, to let yourself be a little bit in a bubble sometimes by yourself, just reading something good, eating something good. I mean, those basic things like that make you um just remind yourself that things right now. I think that is the one thing that I thought about to begin with, without saying things that I think about myself. But that is uh not so easy all the time, but stay in the now, to not think too far ahead or far back, like what it could eventually maybe lead to, or I mean, sometimes to actually give yourself just a pleasure, or be, yeah, to give yourself contentment, because our minds, our brains can like go overboard, and it doesn't really help much that we go into this fight or flight mode and constantly are in that. So yeah, that is the one thing. And also to actually know, or experience that you actually can give yourself what you need to feel good in the moment. That's one. But then we also have a few other cards here, and it's what you are aware of. That's like the devil card here. I'm laughing at that too. Sorry. But that could be, yeah, it could be that someone is trying, I guess in this case, or in every case when it comes to devil card, maybe you know cards, I don't know, but it's about something. Oh, not. Yeah. No, but this is just a figure that kind of it doesn't. Yeah, the devil. This devil is like we can actually liberate ourselves from it. It's like the idea of it is what scares us most. Um, or this idea that is uh, projected, to control us, to make us fearful, to make us think that we have no choice, whatever, those kinds of things. So yeah, this talks about this is an illusion always in the tarot. This is not a real thing, but but you're very aware of this, obviously. Yeah, and understandably so. Yeah, so I will just go to next card, but this is not something that is that have any power to rule, um, unless we believe it does, kind of thing. Yeah, I mean that seemed very like an idea in this situation where real things goes on, but still, yeah, that's what the card says. Yeah, and then what you're unaware of, this is like this talks about power, this card, and it also talks about. I mean, in this image there is like a what other word for that, like a wall, let's say if there is a castle and you have these, yeah, walls around, those protective walls, um and like one way in there, if you can open and close the bridge, what, in those might be old films, maybe you have that in Hungary, I don't know, those kinds of, but I think this is about power, and I think maybe you maybe also are a little bit unaware of your own power, actually, because you seem like the first card there, very very powerful. So maybe that, and also that you have like very protective walls around, actually, uh as it seems here, and you don't they feel more fragile than they are very protective, actually, or very strong, I should say. Yeah, and also, yeah, there is a lot of setup to prevent how whatever breakthrough that could be like in your thoughts or so. And then what have been here is, here it's called the art. This is balance or temperance, balance forces, and there, I guess this is like the sort of a tiptoeing that have been going on in the world. That is maybe always the case. Here it's very much about opposing forces that have been held in sort of a, I wouldn't say weird balance, but like yeah, tempered, that's a good word, maybe. A little bit fitting into each other, sort of, also, but now then, the closest future, I also look into that a bit here in the cards. And here we have, actually, what was this? Oh, this was actually, the art is like, yeah, this is never. And what is this then? This is called balance, this card. Maybe this is, actually, this is generally the strength card number 8 in Major Arcana. Or maybe this is not even. Yeah, this is Major Arcana. You have a lot of Major Arcanas here. The Devil and the Temperance and the Justice is this usually is strength, but here is justice. So what comes here is justice. It will be just. And this, when the justice card comes up, that means that, I mean, if we have been in the wrong, if we have been doing bad stuff to others or whatever, and then that the justice card would not be a good thing. But if we have been doing good and being honest in our ways and so on, then this really shows that we will kind of win, if you say so. You will have you will get retribution. Is that no, maybe that's not the right word, but anyways, it is balance the scales, if you say. The goddess of justice stands here and will bring justice. So that's a really good card here. Here it's very much bluish, green, blue. This is the heart color and the throat chakra also. And yeah, I think there is talk about that, about trials and so on, about, yeah, whatever. Anyways, whatever will happen, it will be just. It feels very difficult to grasp that it could be related to all the stuff that goes on, but how that can even be balanced. But yeah, justice will prevail, and it will come. This will be the outcome will be justice in this. So you don't have to fear. Is what the card says. Everything can change, and I can't, like, obviously promise things from some cards, but I see that your borders, or the strength to protect your country and so on, is strong, actually. There are like those posts, those tower, as I see it, this wall around this uh, castle area, but I think it's also the country as such. There are like in these four corners of it, there are those towers, like watchtowers. Yeah, that's what it's called. And also, when I think about it, spiritual, like such, it's um, it's protection in all directions. So sometimes that is always those archangels that are set out. So some people use it like that. So even in your little minor world, that's the way it is, and in the greatest, yeah, greater world, the larger world. And also, you don't have to be afraid to. You don't have to lock yourself in, or in that way try to isolate yourself and protect yourself in that way. The protection is there. You don't have to be afraid, and justice will come. Yeah, this needed to happen, I guess. This balance act that have been going on before, that have been very what can I say, mm, it haven't been easy to keep that balance. That couldn't, like, go on forever either. So here it's like a white lion and a red eagle, and the this temperance, trying to balance these forces. Yeah, so this was bound to, something was bound to happen for to make justice yeah, to bring justice, actually, to some. I mean, this is very horrible things that goes on, obviously, but somehow it will be very peaceful. That what I see here in the card to come, that is very peaceful. So, and it's very balanced, peaceful, and also stern, in the way that there is no one gets away with anything here in that card. Yeah. So however that will go, I don't know, but maybe a lot will also be exposed. There are many things that can happen. But yeah, as I said, everything looks good here, and the central card very much is to understand how great power you have within, to remember who you are yourself. And I think that, aside from the thing of being in the now, I mean, talking from my own experience only, um, to also be aware of how much more you are. You are not just this limited person. You have access to a lot of levels or dimensions within yourself as well, to tap into and access, so that you can feel yeah, maybe happy and calm in most situations even. Yeah. Yeah, it was good to actually for me to to get these cards. Yeah, so and the the calm that comes, and this the calm is also not only I said the blue and greenish colors here. It really comes from love. I mean, it seems like cold colors as well, or at least the blue. But I think this also talks about that it won't be like in a revenge kind of way, or it will be like the justice here will be very um uh, you know I try to factual, yeah, and also from a space of love, from the heart space in a way. So yeah, it will be very calm and collected and correct. I mean, yeah, just so you don't have to be afraid is what the card says. And I really really hope they seem to be want to say that anyways, and that this whole, as with the devil in the idea of mythology or so on, as it's seen in oh, heart back to you. As it's seen in the mythology, some people actually believe in it. Then that good and bad and so on, and that, I don't know, in that sense. But in the tarot and in this way of seeing things, that is just a figure. That is like a made up figure to gain control. I mean, it's there to make people fearful, and it's there uh, to make people believe that they do not have power, to make people believe that they are trapped and can't do anything about it, while it's just an illusion. It's not true. The fear is what uh, that we believe it, and the fear make us like we trap ourselves, let's say, in that, rather than that whatever made up power would be so great, yeah. So even that isn't a bad card in itself either. So yeah, but you can feel really, although stressful, yeah, in itself. But the change needed to come, I guess. Here it seems also it couldn't stay this temperance balance constantly on the edge, like sort of that sort of balance couldn't stay forever. So yeah, but it's leading towards justice, and we will hope that that comes quick, and we hope that less people need to suffer and be come to harm. Yeah, it's extremely unbelievably awful and horrible that anyone come to harm, well, on whatever side. Yeah, I feel so. That was that. Any other question? Yeah, we will really really hope so, and yeah, it seems like it, and I hope it will be a quick process also, so it won't. I mean, in time, with time, it will also create even more suffering, I assume. So yeah. Hmm. But you have seen it like right there, then and there. So I mean, that's quite a different situation than here. Although we are like warned here. I don't know what they say to you, your the government or whomever. Here they say like, uh, be aware of cyber attacks, or that the electricity can go away, or water won't work. Everything is we don't have like everything is digitalized, or what to say, even the money and everything. So we should be like aware that it can be stopped, or yeah, that will come some lash back, let's say, as well as what else do they say? Yeah, to keep a lot of prepare ourselves, like with food, water, stuff like that. I don't know. We will see. Let's hope it won't go there either. So yeah. I don't know a lot about Hungary. It's really interesting. We are so close now through the net somehow, everyone, but we still come from very very different areas. Let's say our prime minister is trying to communicate that we will be left out of this. Yeah, I think that will work out fine. Actually, yeah, yeah. It's hard to totally be on standby. I was surprised that our country is sending like weapons there and everything. But yeah, we will see what happens. I'm not so. I don't know a lot about these things and however it could go. But yeah, but although not trying to indulge in it too much, you want to follow it, and it happens things all the time. So it's hard not to constantly check what's going on there. Oh, you can absolutely have a question about your friend. Maybe not about that, but maybe your relationship. Is this like a love relationship, or is it just a connect? I mean, I can. The thing is, I don't want to go. Also, as a psychic, I generally don't tune into people that have not asked me to do so. And if someone asks me about someone else, I don't do that. But if you ask about, yeah, she's a friend, okay. You can ask, what's the specific question about your friend, if I can ask you? I mean, I won't actually pull a card for that. I will pull a card for your relationship or so. But then again, if I understand what the question is, maybe I can know how to ask. Oh, how can you best help your friend? That's a good question, because that is kind of about you. That is not about that friend exactly. I mean, kind of infiltrating them. Oh, Vicky Carr, you don't have to tell me the situation now. You can tell it later. But I just wanted to know how I can ask. How can you best help your friend? You can do what you if you want to tell now or later. How can you best help your friend? I will see what the card says. I'll shuffle for a bit. How can you best help your friend? And I try to focus on whomever you mean here. I don't know whom the friend is. Whoa, okay. Here comes two of pentacles or discs again. Then I got that from the beginning. This is stress, like, but it changed also. So I guess what this card mainly shows is someone who juggles a lot of responsibilities, and maybe take on too much. And I also described it before, this snake thing. Let's see now. She's struggling with connecting with her will, with what she really wants. She's conflicted a lot of the time. That's basically it. Okay, I think she's too stressed. Actually, she have too many responsibilities and take on too much on the outside. I mean, focus too much on other things, maybe others' responsibilities as well. So, as I said before, this is like the Ouroboros kind of snake, but still it's moving. I mean, it's shaped like an 8 rather, like the infinity sign. And I think this is that this energy of hers, like then not being in connection with her will, is like eventually have to change, because there is also these um, yin and yang symbols here, and there is this opposites all the time in this. She actually need to drop something, you know although she can deal with things somehow, uh, although being in conflict. Also the whole, the yin and yang symbol, it also shows that everything is in anything else, so to speak. So to not be in that conflict, she need to integrate also. She does need to, yeah, she need to integrate and not polarize things a lot, because we live in this world with, like, it is obviously polarized and in our mind and thinking as well. But there is a wholeness here, and there is a movement that can't, I think you can't help a lot aside from maybe, if possibly, you can uh, make her relax, sort of, or let go of some. I mean, if you can, I don't know if you spend time and so together that you can do relaxing things, the things where she can let go of some of the stress. That would maybe help, because that's, I see that as the why she don't have time to really connect with herself, because she's so busy, like being concentrating on catching all those juggling balls, let's say. Yeah. And but this is about expansion as well, this whole card. So yeah, I think, I mean, this is about many things, also about ego, actually, about how you are perceived. Many that are very, very active in all kinds of ways, they maybe aren't that from the inside. They aren't so autonomous that they do the things they do because they really, really want, but because how others would see them. So maybe she needs also to come to a place where she doesn't really care too much about how others view her, so she can choose from within, you know, because that's where she find her will, obviously, what she really wants. I think, yeah, that's what I see. But yeah, I think also she needs to, sometimes that's the not the tragic, it's nothing that is tragic like that, but it's the this I can't say not struggle, but the thing we sometimes wish for, at least sometimes I wish I would have realized things before I did and so on, but we couldn't have done that because we weren't there. So I mean, we could just be the way we were and do the things we did. I mean, it's obviously so, but here in where the yin and yang symbols, I also think that these have to go to an extreme. I mean, her lack of will, her conflict in this, I mean, she must be so, that will be much, must be so maximized. She must come into such a, like, almost like desperate conflict, to let go of it, you know. Yeah, because when it's at its top, then it transforms into its opposite. That's like the yin and yang movement. So that's, and then when she let go, and I think that maybe is connected to this whole being how she is perceived from the outside, and when she let go of that, then she will suddenly know what she wants, you know. Yeah. But you can't help her a lot, I don't think. This is like a process, a movement that goes on, and she does not. I mean, I think about this snake here also that bites its tail. I don't think she wants to let go right now. Want to let go of the conflict, because that's also one of the things that the ego loves. It loves conflicts. It seeks conflict, problems. For every solution, there is a problem. But you know, and that's like true. It's the mind's way of working, you know. And yeah, because if you just let go of being so busy, and just if she could just be without being active, she would know what she wants, you know. Her will is there. She's not without it. It's just as, like this lotus, I mean, the Yule and the lotus thing and all that. There is just a lot of petals or stuff that is blocking the sight, kind of, or her awareness of it. It's there constantly. And also this whole thing about creating our own reality, that can be very difficult to talk about in the situation in the world maybe now. But you know, that's another thing, you know. She's acting it now, what she wants right now, her will right now. is still to be in this. Yeah, I mean, even though saying something else, otherwise you wouldn't be there. That's kind of what the card says. But also I think it's a number 2 here. It's 2 of discs or pentacles. And I think that another thing, actually, I mean, what I was going to say is that I think it adds to her that you are there, and hopefully if you could represent the other, if you are in contact with your will, it's kind of infectious what you want. I mean, for yourself, not for her, not not concentrating on what would change with her, but on your change within yourself or in your will. But also the yin yang about seeing uh, the other side of it. If we know that we don't want a conflict, then we know what we want. Then we know the will. That's always the other side. If we are aware of what we do not want, that is highlighting actually totally what we want. So the clearer she gets aware of what she does not want, and maybe that is the kind of darkness or the dark night of the soul or something she might need to go through. Because, as I said, when it's at its darkest, let's say it's closest to the dawn kind of thing, but when it's like maximized, then it will change. Yeah, because then it will get clearer and clearer that cloud, or if you say that, if you think of it like a thunder cloud, those dark, when it's the power just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. I mean, the whole awareness of how much she does not want, maybe this conflict, then eventually that will be released then, because she will know so clearly what she wants then. But right now, I mean, yeah, she might be confused because she don't see that she actually right now want this. I mean, that's the difference between as they say in the shamanic teachings that I do, and that the difference between a dreamed and a dreamer is that the dreamed thinks that everything goes on. I mean, it happens just to you or whatever. But the dreamer knows that they create. Although the one that are so to speak dreamed, they also create, but they just don't know it. So, yeah, she is in touch with her will without knowing it. Let's say, yeah. So. But this is also a way to be very busy, to constantly, the mind is, as they in Buddhist teachings talk about, this jumping monkey. Oh, yeah. Maybe I can't describe it very well what I mean here, but I think, yeah, it will change, though, I can say that, see that. But yeah, the way you can be of help is by being the polar opposite, and also hi, whomever, by yourself. Oh, you know what I mean. And also, what was it now? Yeah, if you have checked into it, I do something that I call alchemy therapy, but it's actually solution focused brief therapy. If you check into that, there are videos and whatever, then you can find um, certain questions and so on that can actually trigger our minds to think in the opposite direction, to see the solutions rather than the problems, or the clarity rather than the confusion. And so that can maybe be of help if you will. I mean, it can be draining sometimes to be around someone that is in conflict as well. So maybe that can lighten up things for you if you find, if you can, I mean, still mirror things, but from that way, not only feed into to that way of thinking. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I hope it gives something. So, anyways, this other person here. Do you want to ask a question to the cards or something? I will call you my best friend then because of the. No, it says N, not N, not M. Are you my best friend? Okay, thanks. Yeah, you can ask a question. I will just find this song now, if I can find it. I will check back to see what question you asked. Um, oh, I'm sorry that I'm on another page right now. I was in. I can't really. I wonder what this song. I will find it later then. See. Oh, you are that friend. You are the one that I was talking about then. Oh gosh, you egotistical. Just kidding. Oh, you understand it. All right. Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah. Maybe you could also check into solution focused brief therapy, like asking those questions to yourself to shift the way you see things. So, yeah. Anyways, do you have a question? Hmm. I will just try to find this song that I have in my mind. That was for you then, the best friend there. Um, I'm sorry, I'm getting all quiet. I don't know how to find this song. I don't know even how who. Maybe no, not this. It goes like this. I won't actually. I mean, sing this now. It goes only something like this. Yeah, if you have a question, just ask it, and I will pull some cards. I have a lot of cards here now. I've gathered all my decks. I have a lot of decks very close by now. So usually I'm not prepared, so I just try to reach the one closest. Now I have like every deck almost close by. Anyway, so it goes like this: Are you my best friend? And you see. I can't the text even. I follow my dream. You see what I mean? No, it's like a '60s song or something. What? Who made this song? I'm so curious at that now. I follow you wherever. Oh gosh, I need to find that song. I don't know who it is. I follow your dream. But anyways, I keep on singing. Wow. Do you know any '60s songs? Who can it be? I have no clue. Anyways, never mind. Yeah, I won't sing for you anymore. But I should know it. I should know like a part of the lyrics that are specific. Maybe I can find them. Oh, good. Anyways, please feel free to ask something more. Yeah, if I knew the lyrics, I tried to search for it myself meanwhile, but I don't actually know the lyrics much. No, it's like, are you my best friend? I don't even say any words. I'm so sorry. I follow my tree. See what I mean? I follow you wherever time will take us to, or something like that. Don't laugh at me now. No, I'm just kidding. Oh gosh, it must be called "Are You My Best Friend?" Are you my? I must Google it. My best friend. Uh, 60s. Have to. I mean, it can't be Queen, no. Wow. Who is Harry Nilsson? I will just check one. No, it's just a very short one. I've never heard about that one. This can't be the one. His will be like. It sounds like those Nash and Young or whatever. I will. Oh, I will see. I think it's like those maybe Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Don't they have anyone that is called Best Friend or something? It could be. I don't know. Oh, let's see. Yeah, it may be a psychic song. I've heard it. I am sure I've heard it somewhere. Yeah. Pinch of. Yeah. Yeah, maybe someone feels that they heard it before. Hopefully, then I will find out what it is really then. Oh, where did you go? Oh, I just suddenly came to Netflix. I will take that away. But let's see now. I will see here. Friend, best friend. I will try it again. I mean that must be possible to find. I'm very disturbed now. Um, okay, I will find it later then. Whom else could it be? I don't know. I'll just let go of that now. So, so, hmm. Well, anyways, I just keep that song in my mind now. But good that you are best friends then. That's why probably the song came up. And we probably find it sometime. I almost need to call someone now and call. I wonder where I have my. Maybe I have my phone here. I will call someone and ask them. Actually, this one doesn't know that I'm. Another idea. Shazam, the application. What is that? What is that kind of application? I will call someone now and ask about this, but I won't say that I'm on YouTube. He doesn't care though. If he is at home, I will sing to him then and you again. I'm so sorry. Because this one, I think he knows who that is. I will have to talk in Swedish for a little while. You can chat with each other meanwhile or something. Let's Okay. You will hear him also. Like.
Ja, det är Martin.
Hej Gullis. Du, vilka är det som sjunger den här låten? Are you my best friend?
Jag har just gått med tänk alltså. Det är väl Jefferson Airplane tror jag.
Är det Jefferson Airplane? Okej. Okay. Ja, men det var bara det jag ville. Jag kan ringa en sväng. Nej, det är lite sent nu. Jag tänkte inte på det. Ja, men
jag löste ju det problemet i alla fall.
Ja, jag var snabbt. Schysst. Ja, men jag... Ja, precis. Ja, jag kollar det då. Men puss.
Älskar dig. Jättefin låt. Ja, men då vi hörs sen.
Ja, puss. Hej.
Puss.
Oh, it was Jefferson Airplane, apparently. I think at least that person thought it was. I think so. I will check it. Maybe it's not, but that was my first husband I talked to right now. I've had two of those. But this, I'm best friend with him, talking about best friends. Jefferson. Yeah, it's here. I will send it to you now because this is very important, apparently. My best friend with lyrics even here. I will take. I mean, it seems like. Oh, I'm sorry. All of these comes with a whole playlist. I wonder why. I must just listen to this right. Come on. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. Okay, solved. Yeah, here it is. For you. I must actually check the lyrics now. Are you my best friend? You are my, and I love you so well. Is it really the lyrics? Till the end of time, you won't see me. Gosh, I should do this. I'm too out of order. Well, let's see. When I see you, it seems now I can see I've fallen into your love stream. I follow your dream. Yeah, now I know how it goes. You know what I mean? Yeah. Follow you wherever time will. Now let's see. I follow you wherever time will take me to. Forever. Be one with you. One with you. Okay, I won't sing anymore. Right. But that's maybe for you then. Also, this one I talked to is my best friend also forever. So, and I saw that you're seeing I'll set you free, and just like me you'll be in love with me. Wow. Not after this singing. Yeah, aren't they awesome? Yeah, wow. Fabulous. Yeah. So that was Grace. Grace. I said great, I mean. Yeah, so. Anyways. Any more questions then? Oops. Yeah, you love them. What's the oops here? Yeah, fall in love with me, right? That's the oops. No. Uh to the end of time. What did they say here? Actually, to the end of time you won't see me. What? See me? I don't know. Yeah, it's like actually the whole lyrics a little bit talks. I've never thought about this before, but it talks a little bit about giving up the ego, because they say I've fallen into the love stream. I follow your dream. They say it's very beautiful, actually, talking about this whole being trapped a bit in the ego. Yeah, free ourselves from that trap of the being approved of the outside world, and then you can sing on YouTube, whatever. Okay, can't find out the question actually. I was with a guru a few years ago. That's a plot twist. Anyways, I could do what you talked about, not jumping from branch to branch, but I collapsed. Oh, how to explain? Since this is hard for me. I was before. This is hard from me for me. I was before too. I meant I was hard before. Sorry, I just giggle. I'm sorry. I felt so free for 6 months. Okay. I'm very curious now. What kind of guru? I mean, what sort of? I don't have to mention the name or anything, but I'm just so happy. I mean, those small things can make you happy to find that song. I would have been in deep distress. No, not deep, but it's very disturbing when you. There is another here, surrealistic. Oh, it was called that there. Their uh, record, I mean, whatever it's called. Yeah, it was called Surrealistic Pillow, where that song is on. Oh, so it was like Vedic, like, So, but yeah, but now when you are here, I can pull a card for you. That may be even clearer, because the card before was to your friend what to do to help you. So I will pull a card for you. Okay. This is not so much about thinking, strangely enough, because the card is like two of, but this was what I picked for her. I mean, to help you. But then it was more about the whole being always active, like in stress. So it's not so much thinking as it is being active all the time. So that can also be compulsive, and obviously you think also, but this is not so much about the mind. This is just juggling a lot of responsibilities, activities, whatever, things. Let's see. I will see for you. Now I'll pick a card for you. Well, here we have the Princess of Wands. I wonder about this because your best friend here, maybe it's the two, you are like mirroring each other, like in as one. But because the other one here represents then the queen, and you are the princess here. So that's kind of interesting. It's a similar colors, like here it's more like orange, the creative, and also the yellow. So this is very much about the same things, almost very active, also grounded, sort of creative, and also about self-confidence. So you are also a very strong one. But here in this card, compared to the other one that got a Queen of Wands, then here there is a sleeping tiger that have its tail around your neck. There's a like a naked woman here, but the, let's say, the previous one was like holding her hand on the, controlling the instinct and the reactions, holding her hand on the top of the head of this whatever it was, like jaguar or something, and taking on her power, really, taking on the leader stuff of her life, like, let's say. And here it's more, it's very much flames here, it's very fiery, and so, but the tiger is asleep and its tail is almost like strangling the woman, it seems like here, because it's around her neck and she's like just a little bit unconscious in a way, and driven by yeah, like that tiger is asleep, it's a part of you, that means part of your power, part of your energy that is asleep. Maybe you also have divided things very much in black and white, let's say, and you have made this animal side of yourself kind of as the one. I mean, sometimes we strive for something very spiritual, let's say, and we disconnect very much from our instinctual nature that is also divine, that is also part of our power. So maybe that is why you need to, and that is, the tiger is also very much about self-preservation. The instinct, that part of ourselves, won't let anyone walk all over us. That's like, and if you don't have that woken up, then you will, what can I say, accept a lot of things, or maybe not accept a lot of things, but then you will not maybe protect yourself, because this woman is very naked. It's like you have a strong will for the good, and so on. But yeah, what can I say? It's more like you are more dreamed, as I said. Yeah, keep in touch with my body is hard. Yeah. And you are more dreamed. It's like you follow the flow of what's going on around you, that energy is around you, rather than you deciding the energy around you, let's say. Or yeah, or your own energy, actually, and then it creates ripple effect. Can't really connect to myself. No, that's not strange, because you have disconnected somewhat, and I think that's what you need to get in touch with. I mean, the ideas of, that's why I maybe think this, whatever it was you were into, that guru, maybe wasn't, obviously it wasn't maybe for the best, even though you had that experience. I mean, I mean, in a way, whatever path is the best that we are on, that's where we learn. However, we trip back and forth on it. So it's not that you're at the wrong place. But I also think about this other one, take being the queen and you being the princess here. Maybe you also compare yourself a lot that you feel that you can't live up to stuff, because what I saw there is that you kind of need to relax, and you don't really need to be someone else or reach somewhere else, or everything is within you. That should be like the teaching of that Advaita Vedanta as well, I think. I mean, the basic of all spiritual teachings at its core, when you don't do the dogmatic at its mystical core. So as this my former husband is a Sufi, and I mean we don't have similar let's say views in that sense of practices, but at the core, at the heart, it's the same. So that then it's about you knowing who you are from within. It's like, no one else should, I mean, need to show you. Even though I try to talk about the cards, what they say right now, it only reflects what's already in you. The answers are there, but why this? I just wonder why this. You have a lot of you have a lot of willpower. You kind of maybe have not too much willpower. You can't have, but I mean, you're a very fiery person. That there is so much fire in this card. Um, so so it's not a lack of that, and you start a lot of things as well without even noticing that you are actually the one doing it. But and the thing is, I don't know your experiences with this guru and those kinds of things, but when we blame something outside of ourselves, we then kind of forget who we are. Yeah, childhood stuff as well. Yeah, or forget that we have the power. So start with yourself. I mean, talk about you. I mean, think about yourself and your strengths and don't keep your focus on other people or them or whatever, and also past things. I mean, yeah, and not as a way of saying that you did wrong doing so, just that it won't actually help you much. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. It's not that you are doing something wrong. Sometimes we also need to talk about certain things to kind of see them clearer ourselves, and also we need to vent and whatever, and that's okay. It's just that to become more aware of your own strength, to wake it up, then you need to remember that you create all this. This is for your benefit. And in the shamanic medicine wheel, in the practices there, we, at the beginning in the south, where we then do this process of shedding the old skin kind of thing that we need to do over and over again, of course, and can do over and over, which is a good thing. Then we also bring a new story out, tell our story in a new way, or write it down. That could be a good thing for you to try, maybe. I mean, to see yourself as the heroine. That's called the path of the hero. I mean, to talk about your story, even your childhood and whatever, about it as it was meant to be, that you came to that family, you were born in that situation with those whatever, to become who you are and to learn those lessons you were to learn. Not to say that anything was okay if someone like abused you or did bad stuff to you. That's not to excuse those things. It's just to see that, wow, okay, this was meant to be. It was not like an accident. What strength did you get from it? And even the things that you haven't so far discovered, or let's say those conflicts that you haven't resolved, you can still tell the story as if you actually already got the insights from that, because I do half draft of a story. Yeah, Awesome, because just that, because everything we do, every story we tell ourselves in our minds reflects in our physical body as well, and that reflects in it in turn also in the response we get from others and so on. I mean, if we come into contact with several similar situations, which most of us, it happens to most of us, oh, is this the same person now again? But it's another person, behaving in a similar way. Um, and that is because we signal the same thing still. We have the same story in our minds, and that's what gets reflected back to us, our truth, so to speak, about who we are, quote unquote. It's not the truth. There is just a story. Yeah. And I think you need to really. And there is another thing I think about now. I just think about the medicine wheel, but you know, in the West, in the medicine wheel, we work with the jaguar, and there is the fears and stuff like that. It's the mind actually, but and in here, this tiger is asleep, and I think that yeah, maybe you aren't ready or something to meet those fears yet or something, because you are afraid maybe that I think this is what it is. I think you are afraid that if you wake that tiger up, that is actually your strength and your inner roar kind of, um then it will kind of eat you, you know I think because this tiger in the image is larger than you, so you kind of try to get away from, you try to disconnect from that, because you feel like that would like devour you as whole or something. um but it's part of you, and it won't. When you integrate it, when you embrace it, then you will lead, as the queen of no, no, wands, I mean, yeah. So yeah, I could talk about each every card so long, but that is like, it's like you talk about childhood also. It's like the princess is like the child. That is like the, in a way, the inner child. This is because she's also so very innocent and being naked here and there, but also, um what was I going to say now? It talks about, um oh, I just forgot what it was. Yeah, yeah. Panic before bad strong fears. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but this one is your friend. This is your best friend, actually, talking about best friends. This is your absolute best friend, because this is part of you, the wholeness of who you are. All your instincts, all your dreams, your feelings, everything is accurate. Everything is as it is. You don't really have to ask anyone outside. You know, although I'm telling you that from the other, but we are the same, So it's also about boundaries, because this one can really set boundaries towards others. I mean, to embrace yourself, you need to also maybe sometimes, you know, maybe not get rid of others, but at least be prepared to lose them if need be. I mean, their confirmation or them staying in your corner, so to speak, cannot be stronger than your will to self-respect. And so I will just send you this song as well. So yeah, you need to wake this, and I think you can do this too. I mean, it's very different, this Vedanta or so on, because it's like, yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it is about wholeness and so on, and great spiritual teachings. But for you, you need to connect with more the shamanic side, more the basic, yeah, roar, your inner um tiger, yeah, the animal side of you. So to connect you with your totem animal, stuff like that, you it becomes to you a disconnect if you focus on those other forms of teachings. uh, that it kind of widens the gap, so you dissociate sort of from your instincts and listen to the outside world more than to you yourself, because you obviously have, like everyone else, you have those feelings in you when you feel it's wrong. I don't know about that kind of guru and that things, but I'm quite sure that somewhere there you had that, you felt that there is a dissonance here, there is something that doesn't work well for me, or is not correct for me, or something, and then you still trusted the outside more than your own knowing, because you do have that. And that's what you need to try to trust and not be afraid of. Yeah. Yeah, you need to wake up. Your tiger need to wake up. Yeah, and you try to run away from it and hope it sleeps and leave you alone, kind of thing. But you need to embrace it and see that that is you. There is nothing to fear. That's your protection. That's your that is what is always a part of you, and always on your side. Yeah. It's almost like in the strength card in tarot, it represents also the ego, while the angel or human in that card is like the spiritual side. And the ego is also something you need to embrace. I think it was like William Blake saying, like, eternity is in love with the creatures of time. Don't dismiss or dislike ego. Ego is like a really, really awesome thing. We couldn't be here as humans without it. We have our own preferences and likes and whatever, and we cannot not have that. It's a good thing. So it's a good thing to be aware of other realms as well. I mean, other perspectives as well. So we aren't trapped in that ego idea of ourselves. But still, I think that was what you need to do. You need to actually embrace the ego and ignore all these ideas, spiritual ideas. They disconnect you from yourself. Yeah, that's not the way to go. You have the fire and all your desires. Oh, good. All the desires that you have a lot of fire. I mean, you both have. You're very fiery, or if it feels like you are the same in some way. But you are yourselves best friends as well, and you reflect something in each other anyways. But everything you desire, which is what this fire does as well, that is a message, that is something that tell you that this is something you can achieve. This is something you can manifest, this is something you can bring into life. I must send another song. I'm sorry, you can go soon. You can go whenever you want. I'm so sorry. Just can't stop, apparently. Oh, so fun you're here with me. Okay, I will take this one. This is like also a song for you, sort of. But what you need is not someone else. You need the connection to your own strength. I will just have to wait until the commercial is down here. So this. Here is another one. Oh, Sagittarius. Rising. Oh. But I don't think there is any danger of the fire here. It won't hurt anyone. This is a fire you should embrace. This is a good kind of fire. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, you both have. Actually, when it comes to the fires in the cars, I guess whatever are you called now? this that I call my best friend, the NR or whatever. That is the one with a greater fire, but that have not woken it up yet. So, anyways, the one that have embraced it more is Tojaska. Let's see now this song as well. Since I can't stop, did I put it there already? No, yeah, maybe I did. I have to see. Did I? Oh no, I can't leave here. I can't. I don't even know what kind of songs I put out here. I think there will be another one here. Sorry if I do this several times now. I probably do. I probably send this 2 times now. But anyways, I come to think about another one. All my favorite songs here. Mhm. Yeah. Anyways, so oh, there's so much good music, isn't there? Wow. But I mean, with all that fire, if you just listen, because that fire wants something, that is the spiritual fire. It's not what someone else says. It's within, you know. Yeah, that's the latest one. All right, that was, and here it comes, the last one. I hope I maybe did that Evanescence 2 times. I'm not sure. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, and with this is like guidance, your fire, your desires, your driving pull, or your energy, where you're drawn to. That is a message. That is a compass that you should listen to. So, but then this tiger need to be. But I think it was, I don't know, that quote. Some people quote that sometimes, about the whole, it's not our weakness or our littleness, whatever, that we're afraid of. It's our strength. That's what this is about. Your strength won't hurt you. Embrace who you are, fully who you are. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's great. This song I love. So I thought about you both being kind of torches, or rather fires. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, fire is I mean, it needs to have its place, but it's rather when we don't embrace it that it goes out of hand, where it takes, other strange ways. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. So, and taking on this is also a way to take on our responsibility for our lives, who we are, what we create. And it doesn't really matter. I mean, the stories, they do matter. They have formed us as such and so on, but it's in the now that we create. It's in the now we decide who we are now and what we take from those experiences and stories. We don't have to be trapped by them. My zodiac. Are you asking me? Talking to me? Yeah, mine. I'm a Taurus with let's see now, Scorpio rising and a wait a minute, Aquarius moon. Yeah. I'm not. I've just recently started to get into this whole science. Yeah, actually, of the zodiac. I was studying Waldorf teacher for a while, some time ago, quite some time ago. And then when they started to talk about how we don't follow, in our Western way of astrology, and so we don't follow the actual planets and so on, that has changed. Oh yeah, I love scorpions. I feel like I am more of a Scorpio. I don't really. Yeah, I like pleasure. I like good food. I like everything that is very comfortable and cozy like that. And I am also a very stable person. I don't sound like it when I talk, I guess. But I mean, I have this kind of, if you know those things that stands outside of where they sell ice cream or so on, those that you can, like, you push them down and they immediately come right up again. Those kind. I feel like those like Michelin things. You know, that's kind of a thing. Also, that instinct in me is very strong. So yeah, I have this stubbornness. Yeah. Oh, it's a Gemini. Oh, hmm, yeah. Oh, I saw. Yeah, I guess my voice, but I'm also all over the place. I'm a lot of when it comes to Ayurveda and those kinds of things. I'm very much a Vata in my mind, but physically very much a Kapha. So I have that. But I identify more with, I would say Sagittarius or like now. I thought that actually was my rising, but it was Scorpio. But but when I think about it, Scorpio is very much me, like my inner self, but with a touch of groundedness. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's interesting. The Gemini. Yeah. Always, maybe that is the thing. Also, always balancing that back and forth kind of thing. Always wanting to see the other side of everything. Like, yeah. And and what it says also, that card says that you actually, um, you are capable of juggling those kinds of things, but it's a little bit stressful, yeah, to do that, to always see two perspectives at the same time. Yeah, that is that could be integrated, but for many it would be a conflict. Yeah. Have you ever listened to Teal Swan? She talks about that very much, about the integration of things. I don't know if I actually agree with her on some things, but so much of what she shares and shows, that is so useful, especially when it comes to integrating several perspectives. And so, yeah, because I don't think it's either or. Yeah, Teals one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I think that is a good thing to kind of understand that we don't need to take sides in that way. We don't need to choose either or. Just embrace both in a way. That's what it's about, also, as well as this last card. Oh, and in the I just turned the deck. I haven't shuffled it or anything. There is this Queen of Wands again, taking her stand, and this whole fertility stuff also is like, this is that you create things, you bring into life the things you want. Yeah, you have the power to do so. It's like the sunshine here. Yeah. Oh, interesting. But I want to really study astrology way more now, because recently, I mean, these last 6 months or so, I just started to check several things. Chiron, that's, or Chiron, however you say that, the vulnerability of in people's lives. I just checked that on several people that I know, and I was so, I mean, I was just, my jaw dropped how exact that is for those people, and as well as, um, I heard that, now I don't remember it actually, but if you have um, most of your, what does it call, like, yeah, signs, whatever, on the right side, was it? If you have most of them there, then your life is very much predetermined, and if you have most of them on the left side, then you came here with a very much openness. I mean, you can actually choose very much how you create your life. I mean, it's not to say that if you have most on the right side, as I do, that I can't create things. I believe I can change and create a lot, but I also think I came here with an intent to go through certain things, that some of them have been quite tough, but it was my journey. I decided beforehand that this is what I want to learn. This is what I want to go through to learn it, and so I think I couldn't avoid that. I had to go through that path in this lifetime. So, and that was really interesting. Yeah, planets is what you call them. Planets. Yeah. Right. Is she a Gemini too? Maybe also is. I didn't know that. But I know she have a cougar as her one of her totems, as I do. I actually feel myself very close to many who do have that. I've seen that around when I can connect in a certain way with those who have that. I have others as well, but that was one. Do you know your totems or one of those or so? I mean, you should otherwise at least one of you should journey and connect with that, because that can actually teach a lot about connecting deeper and use this. Actually, I met last. I thought about that the other day. Actually, I thought about that. Isn't this mine? Also, but no, you should actually do a journey. It's one way to just think about it, but if you do a sort of journey to actually meet with and communicate with it, that would be awesome for you, I think. Because it's a special connection, just. And there is one person, I mean, I can perceive that I've met people before and stuff like that, but there is one living person quite close by that I actually, he's the first person that I ever, he's so open, I think. So we kind of can communicate just with our eyes without speaking. That's a very special, he's very psychic as well and so, but it's the first time I've experienced that. And we don't know each other very well as such or so, but it's awesome, you know. And that's how you oftentimes communicate with your spirit animal as well. You just know, you know. Yeah, I don't think you need to go as deep as an ayahuasca ceremony, but yeah, you could probably. But you could just, with your imagination, let's say, do a journey, drum journey maybe, or those that where you imagine that you travel down into the underworld, let's say. And there are many kinds of to find your totem, but I don't think you need. I mean, I'm actually pro ayahuasca or those. I mean, I'm not sure I would actually do it myself if it wasn't like with those in the jungle that are very well, you know, they know very well what they do and have done it for like ever in their tradition, kind of those kinds of people. But when it comes to that, generally, and I think Teal talks about that sometime also. Generally, I don't think we need to. We have that. We have access to that in our minds, and also, no, I think you would live. Oh, of course, you think that. It's this. You should do that. I should think. Yeah. I won't like pick a card if you should do that, because that feels a little bit irresponsible, maybe. But I think you would do great doing that. Yeah. That would be awesome for you. And you would see there is nothing to fear. That's the thing when we meet our fears, however horrible they are, they vanish, actually. Although there are things that to begin with maybe feel worse than we thought, but still. Anyways, yeah, I don't think we need that, because there are certain things in our minds that are set up to kind of protect us as well from going too deep or too quickly or so on, so we won't like lose track. I don't know what you did with this Vedanta thing, but certain practices can like, yeah, may not be integrating, let's say, for our minds or for our wholeness. It can take a while to heal certain things if we push our beyond our limits that are there to protect our sanity. Yeah, we need to integrate things. Yeah, but I'm not saying it's bad. I actually would be really curious to I feel like this when it comes to those kinds of things. I feel like if I would do such a thing, I would never want to come back to, to my normal, let's say, consciousness, because I love to be in that other, yeah, dimension, rather. So, oh, yeah, yeah, you do, because you are like this child in a way. naked, vulnerable, and it's because you don't. It's not because you don't know, but it's asleep. Your will kind of is asleep. Uh, so I don't know. I mean, there are so many things, but one of the things that is needed, absolutely, is to um, not be dependent on others, on their confirmation or their approval or so on, because otherwise you will like live up to what they want rather than listening to your limits and so on. And somewhere along the line you have learned this, of course, but you can learn differently. You know this. You know that you have the right to protect yourself as well. I mean, it's beautiful to be open and naked and innocent in that sense as well. But it can be really harmful. And I think that's the way you feel, but it's like you have projected that fear onto your inner rather than those from the outside that can uh, I mean trespass kind of your boundaries. Yeah, you really need to wake that tiger up and follow what you feel is right. You don't have to excuse, I mean, you don't have to explain that to anyone. If you feel that that is a limit for you, then it is. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have an explanation for yourself, even. You just need to know that it's there. That's it. And if you start to listen to that, because it may be, since this is tiger is asleep, and you just feel that you actually may feel it in your throat chakra. This is a good thing for you because that tiger's tail was around your throat in the picture. So maybe you feel it in your throat when your voice started to change, when you try to say something and you start to cough, or you start to like like that, like or something. Maybe there is a limit. Maybe you should start to listen to your own voice, listen to when you hold things back, or listen. I mean, you may feel if you get sad, you may also feel that in your throat, like, or various things, because obviously boundaries and instincts and so on, they are very connected to emotions, that is very connected to the physical. So that may be a way, because you can feel the tail of this sleeping tiger around your neck. So that could be a sign to you to start listening to it. Yeah. To know that, wow, now maybe there is a boundary to be set here towards the outside, something in the outside world. How much time you, for example, spend on YouTube with some strange Swedish weird person. No, I don't know. Yeah, but you know what I mean. Yeah. So and the more you listen, that's maybe the way to wake this tiger in a very smooth way as well. To kind of, the more you do that, the more you will notice that it also won't be tight around your neck or won't be dangerous at other times than when you actually need to feel, you know. Just laughing. Yeah. So gradually this tiger it will wake up, and you will know that it's part of your own intuition and your own strength. So yeah, well, oh gosh. Any more questions? Yeah. So you both live in Hungary. Gosh, what if I lived in Hungary? I have this food addiction, and it means like hunger. No, it doesn't mean, but I mean, that would be so typical, because maybe listen to the others can need to help them out. Yeah, you shouldn't listen to anyone else than you. That's what you should do. You should be really egotistical, actually, as the tiger would do. Look at even cats. Yeah, you do both live there. I mean, look at a cat. They're so ego. I live with a tyrannical little creature, and I'm her slave. Honestly, I try not to be, but she owns me. I can't prevent it. I try to be stern certain times, but she just cool. She just She just look at me and I do her bidding. I mean, yeah. So uh yeah, watch cats. Yeah, be that. That's what you need to really give yourself, allow yourself to be that, to embrace your ego, that you are here, you want this, you have this taste, whatever you like or enjoy, just listen in to who you truly are. Like, meow. Yeah, don't. No, not another one. Yeah, I thought about that sometime. Oh, what if she's quite old now? What if I had a kitten? No, she would be stressed, but I would be super stressed because these creatures, they are like the cutest assholes. I mean, she's so cute, and she really stare me down. I mean, I don't have a chance. She doesn't have to do much. Yeah, I obey quickly. Also, they are very patient. I mean, if yeah, if she doesn't get what she wants, she will like, even with just the energy, sit there and like she's very disturbing. Anyways, I can't describe. But anyways, you should learn from them. Learn how they dominate people with just silence, even with a look, way of looking, or just going away. Just the way they walk when they shake their paw and just, or tail in an irritated way, and just, and you just feel like you want to please them, kind of thing. Yeah, you should practice that a lot. Play, no, you don't need to play because that's an instinct in you, but you won't be played if you take on your inner tiger more. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, try to, I mean, if you, maybe you have a very sweet and calm cat. My cat is like a cougar. She's not so sweet. But I love her. I wouldn't want anyone else. But yeah, yeah, practice. But actually, try also without words. Try to communicate with your cat and like be that inner tiger and see the reaction, because then you will actually communicate from a different space, and you will know that they also react at your power then, because as a human we are totally powerless to those sweet cats. As a compassionate human, they own us. So yeah, they are wild, half wild at least. They kind of pretend, I think, sometimes, that they are domestic just to get what they want. You know, they have a plan, and sometimes they even move from people if they don't like to live there to someone else. You know, cats are awesome. They are just awesome, and they are so nonchalant, and they love to just pamper themselves, and yeah. do that do that and make sound like a tiger roar, like the roar, and the lion's roar, so that, that song. Yeah, yeah. There is another, yeah, this one as well. This was some time ago since I sent a song now, right? There is another one here. Of course, why didn't I think about that? This one, of course. Maybe I should actually, I changed my mind. I will take the whole video soon. It will soon be there. And also, not the least, other one. Oh, I'm very obsessed by music. I'm obsessed. I guess that's the Scorpio trait, isn't it? The obsessive part. Because that is something I actually can relate to a lot. Here. And also this one. And then I will stop doing that. But I mean, this is one of my favorites. This is what you need to do, like this last one, pretty much. Take on this persona because it's in you. I mean, we are creators. We have all things within. We are the universe. Yeah, microcosm and macrocosm, you know. you are the universe. You are the creator of everything. You have everything within you. That's the truth of it, although it sounds weird. Yeah. And you are allowed to play here. We came here to like play with this in this dualistic world, and also to learn, obviously, and also to take care and so on. But I mean, not take care, but also to be empathic with others and learn from that and so on. But I mean, yeah, yeah, you need to be central. You are the center in your universe, no matter what, and you just have to be. It's out of order if you're not. So yeah, we can also learn from very little babies and kids, like, because they are so selfish and they know what they want instantly and so on. All those instincts, that's beautiful. They are wise little ones. Yeah. So maybe I should. What time is it here now? Yeah, maybe I should go to bed sometime or something. I had fun with you now, anyways. So I hope I gave you something. So yeah, you're welcome. I hope you check in again whenever I'm around. Oh, there were 3 people here. Now 2 went away. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I should pick a last card here, just a general card through us, to see whatever that says. And then I will stay for 2 hours. Read that. No, I won't. If it wants to. Oh, the devil, the lovely devil. Also, this talks about sexuality, and this talks about, it talks about desires, and also it talks about a lot of things, temptations and so on, but and addictions and whatnot. But what I thought about when shuffling actually was that this whole disconnect between the spiritual and physical, or instinctual and intuition or whatever, it can it can also, what was it? Yeah, I thought about that. That could be a practice, actually. If you usually, you know, try to stay in the, I don't know, good lane. I don't know. Try to not mock yourself, but not make a fool of yourself either. But what do I mean? Do something that would be like foolish. That would take you out of that idea of how you should be if you are like a spiritual person, or if you are like, well, I don't know, certain yogi or whatever. Let yourself stretch the boundaries of what that would be, how you would have to be in that. The good part of the devil is like everything. Every card is super great. The good part is, like in this deck, you can also Google this devil in the Thoth Tarot if you don't have that deck, with Aleister Crowley. That's like a penis. Erected one. And there is a lot of, this is like creation in itself. It's like in the balls there are those humans swirling around. It's like everything that you can create. So this is a very it talks about strong desires, and the positive thing here, among other things, is to just embrace that and express that, to give in to your lust, also sometimes it's called, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, to let yourself go a little bit overboard as well when it comes to, let's say, food. If you're very strict in certain areas, that was what I was going for before here, to let yourself you know, go all in, like when it comes to whatever, go to excess, not like getting all drunk or I don't know what, but you know, sort of, yeah, to not, um, yeah, I think that was also, now I have William Blake everywhere in my thoughts, but it's like, or maybe it was Oscar Wilde or something, but yeah, maybe it was, but you know, uh, I don't even remember the quote now. Gosh, do I need to Google that? It was like something that I've thought about a lot, actually. That, well, the meaning of it was like, those who aren't tempted, let's say their temptations aren't strong enough, or something like that. No, it wasn't like that, but it was something like that. And I've thought about when it comes to the sugar addiction and so on, and foods and so, if you don't have that craving, how can you even relate to someone who do? If you don't know what it is, even, I mean, then you can say, then it's easy to say like, let it be or whatever. But tiger, tiger, burning bright, the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful sound? Yeah, William Blake. Wow. Always, I love William. He had this brilliant, uh, oh, such a sweetheart. And I mean, he had his own worldview. He didn't even think angels were good, the good guys. He didn't like those much. But yeah, yeah. That's about Tiger also. Yeah. William is like, wow. But what was that whole about this whole thing? I don't even remember what it was. I'm too tired now. Yeah, yeah. Or he did like those on metal and stuff, like carving, not carvings, but like, and also printed stuff and so, yeah, yeah. And painter, yeah, yeah. He did those hellish pictures. Let's say, what was it called now? From he did images to that book. What was it? Yeah, yeah. Such a beautiful soul. But what was it now then? About this, yeah, temptation. But I think that actually was Oscar Wilde. I think about now. Temptation quote. I will try William Blake. Oh, let's see now. Oh, here is a lot of images, yeah. But that was not what I was up. Quote. Yeah, maybe. Uh, no, it's not so easy sometimes. So, I mean, some of it is very easy to comprehend, but the bird a nest, the spider a web, man friendship. That was nice, right? Um, no, I think the other one was William. No, no, no. I mean, it was the other one. Oscar. Yeah, but I should go, right? But I don't ever go. Let's see now. Yeah. No, that was not actually the one, but the only way to get rid of temptation is to yield to it. I can resist anything but temptation. That's Oscar Wilde, yeah. The only way to get rid of temptation is to yield to it. That is what you should do. Yeah. You shouldn't try to prevent your fire, whatever it wants to go. I think it was something else actually that I thought of, but I don't know where it is. The exact quote I thought about. It was similar, but it was almost like the ones that don't the one that don't give in to temptation, that's because their temptation is not strong enough. It's not that they are so moral or something like that. Oh, thank you so much. Also, maybe, well, let's see. This is my conclusion while you were talking about poetry. Maybe Jung had something similar about the shadow. Yeah, Jung, he was like, I haven't read a lot about him. I have a difficult time with difficult time with all this archetype idea. But aside from that, I think he was super spiritual. I mean, yeah, very much so. I mean, when it comes to the shamanic practices and all these things that I do, sometimes people doing these things interpret everything in a psychological. I mean, they, as I see it, they take it, even the witchy things and so on, take it and put it in a tiny, tiny box where you can almost like dissect it, almost like being a someone who do some sort of surgery. No, I don't know. It feels like, to me, it's like making it tiny compared to what it really is. Those myths and everything. But I think Jung understood the greatness of it all, although he used a different framework of words for it sometimes. But yeah. So personally, I really believe in these great forces, both the visible and the invisible, obviously. So, and I can't like put them in a tiny box and describe them even. But of course we try. But well. Okay, I'm still here. Last card now, and then I will go. Wow. Okay, what is this then? We got the devil. Yeah, the devil was a good last card. It's like it does. I was almost gonna say fuck you. No. That's not what it says. Rather than, yeah, give yourself pleasure and do the things you enjoy, and the forbidden things. Don't prevent yourself from an idea of that this is like not people wouldn't like the, I mean, whatever, all those rules or regulations. Don't bother. Take those off of your those chains around your neck. Like, you can lift them off. You don't need to, I mean, you can follow your own ethics, what is right for you, and so you don't need to put others' opinions as your truth. It doesn't mean that you are not empathic or moral, let's say. It's just that you don't have to follow others' rules about what that would be. Yeah. Okay, another card here. Maybe the devil was so strong you can't take another one. Let's see. But that is also actually potential. A lot. Okay, I will just concentrate on this now. Last card. Oh my. Now I get 3 cards. And also the first card is a psychic. I mean, I use one. There's a black card with this certain kind of pentagram thing on it. And then we get 4 of cups and Ace of Cups. So this is very beautiful. But the first, I use this card as doing like psychic readings. When I pick that up, I try to tune in. So I will tune in now. And then I will. 4 of Cups can in some decks be a little bit different than in this deck, I think, because this means like very positively that you feel good, and the other one is potential to everything good, like love, a new birth of sorts, and emotionally liberation, everything good. Like, but I will tune in now in a psychic sense. Let's see what it says, right? Oh, I don't know to whom this is. Maybe to me or to you or yeah, I guess. This is like show what you want. That's it. That was this brief one, but actually, yeah. Also now, I think that means like don't also just say. You don't have to always say, but show. Yeah, use the cat example, I guess, also to show what you want, right? Yeah. Anyways, so this was all positive cards, and in these Four of Cups, it seems very balanced. This light just flows down through into these cups, like they are filled constantly with positive things. And then the Ace of Cups after that is even more awesome. Like this is so much goodness coming. So, and it's beginning to take form. It have not yet come to fruition or been shown, but it will. There is so many happy occasions that are on their way to us or you. Yeah. So be open for them. Well, thanks for hanging with me. So yeah, I do this randomly, check in here, but probably you'll find me. I can actually no, it doesn't help much. I thought that maybe I could put my. I have a Swedish channel also, but actually there I speak most maybe in Swedish. If someone comes in that speaks English, I do, but so you won't have use for that, I guess. Or maybe I should. I should. I will see if I can do that. I have a couple of. Good night. Good night. Oh, good. I will just put the link to my other Swedish channel because sometimes there are not so many Swedes in there. So if you want to check that out. And then wait a second. I don't know even what it's called now. Maybe this is the name of it. No, it's not. Oh, now I know it. I'm not there too often. Yeah, here it is. So I've mostly been on these channels. So I know you don't speak Swedish, but oftentimes there is no one from Sweden coming in there. And oh, you can also read. Awesome. What do you read? Tell me something. I've thought about this with all the hackers going on. I realized that pretty many who are pretend psychics, they are actually hackers. But anyways, uh, and what I was going to say is that on the Swedish channel, if someone comes in that speaks English or so, that's fine because everyone in Sweden understands English too. So I can shift into to English then. It doesn't matter. But you have to tell me, otherwise I speak Swedish there. But I'm not there too often, so yeah, because it's kind of boring when no one is there. Yeah, I'm fine anyways. I enjoy. I have a lot of hackers that I kind of like by now. I've had them for so long. I would miss them if they weren't there. Yeah, thank you so much for doing so. But yeah, tell me, are you like, do you read psychic or you read cards or I Ching or runes or whatever? Okay. Let me know about it next time. I would love to hear. And I would love to hear a little reading from you too. That would be awesome. So take care now. Oh, you read the tarot too. Oh, did you understand? Do you have this deck, the Thoth tarot? I usually don't. Yeah, well, I don't know. I have some favorite decks. This is not the one that I. Yeah, I don't. And thank you so much. I usually don't use this, and if I have used this, I have usually checked in the book as well what it means and so on. I've never actually read them, just looking at the images too much as now. Oh yeah, it was one of my first two once upon a time, but then it was the Rider Waite and then this. But I was like afraid of this deck because at the time I felt it was way too clear. I got rid of it actually because of that. And then I had a friend who also, yeah, it was long ago that I also. Do you still have yours that you bought then? I actually bought this anew just maybe a couple of years ago again. Anyways, I had a friend then that I went to her to get readings from her. She had this deck as well because I got rid of mine because it was too clear. And when I wanted real clarity, I went to her and asked for this deck. So, yeah, you still have it. Oh, wow. Oh gosh, I look forward to hear more about your everything. Like now, I'm curious about you both, and also, yeah, how you would interpret certain things. If I asked the question, maybe, yeah, I wouldn't dare. But if you would, I'll put a general card or something. Well, now I have to go. I could go on forever. Thank you so much for being here, and take much care. And I'll send all the blessings in all directions and hope everyone will be fine. Yeah. Bye for now, then.